Hello and welcome to Metro News on RayPower 100.5 FM. I am Ehi Ankili Ochema. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) has denied reports alleging it sought a court order to extend the remand of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, saying they were inaccurate. In a statement by the Commission's head of media and public communication, the anti-graft agency explained that it appeared in court on March 17, 2026, for the hearing of an application filed by El-Rufai on March 6, seeking to overturn a remand order granted on March 5. According to the Commission, during the proceedings, counsel for the former governor was served with its response to the application, adding that the defense lawyer subsequently requested an adjournment to study the Commission's reply. The presiding magistrate thereafter adjourned the hearing of the application to March 31, 2026, to allow El-Rufai's legal team to respond. Outlining the timeline of the court-authorized detention, the ICP said an initial remand order permitted the Commission to detain the suspect for 14 days to investigate allegations of money laundering and abuse of office. Meanwhile, operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) have arrested three suspected illegal gold miners in Borno State. The suspects were apprehended in Malam Jakwa town in Hawu local government area, following intelligence on the alleged illegal mining activities. Those arrested include Umar Mohammed, Modu Bamei Umar, and Sani Samaila. According to the Commission, the suspects' activities are believed to be contributing to insecurity and environmental degradation in the area. Items recovered from them at the point of arrest include a gold measuring device and quantities of mined gold. The EFCC says the suspects will be charged to court upon the conclusion of investigations. Persons with disabilities in Nigeria can now enjoy two major accessibility innovations. The first one is the Accessibility Mobility Announcement System, designed for public transport to provide real-time audio and visual announcements for both blind and deaf passengers. The second one is the Tactile Building Map, aimed at supporting independent navigation within buildings for persons with visual impairments. The leadership of the accessibility professionals in Nigeria told the National Accessibility Symposium and Convocation Ceremony in Abuja that there is a growing need to bridge the gap between disability law and practical implementation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018 by grooming accessibility specialists across the country. According to the Association of Accessibility Professionals, it was for that reason that it trained about 70 certified accessibility specialists from across the country in key areas, including accessibility audits and compliance, inclusive design, architecture, and building plan accessibility review, inclusive transport and mobility systems, and web accessibility design, equipping them with practical skills to drive implementation of Nigeria's disability law. Tonight in the news, Nigeria's Inspector General of Police Olatunji Diso says all networks behind the deadly improvised explosive devices, IEDs explosions in Maiduguri, will be dismantled. Our security has now been significantly reinforced to prevent any recurrence. The police chief stated this during his visit to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, where he met victims receiving treatment at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital and assessed the Monday market bombing sites and other parts of the state. The attacks, which occurred on March 16, left at least 23 people dead and 108 others injured, marking one of the deadliest incidents in Maiduguri in recent times. The IGP's trip to Maiduguri followed the directive of President Bola Tinubu, who ordered service chiefs to relocate to the state and take charge of operations in response to the attacks. He commiserated with victims and families while assuring residents of intensified operations, including increased deployments, enhanced surveillance, and coordinated joint security measures across Maiduguri and its environs. In another development, the Kano state government says this year's Eid al-Fitr Durbar will be held in moderation due to security concerns. This follows intelligence reports of possible attempts to disrupt peace during the Salah celebrations. The decision was reached after consultations with the Kano Emirates Council and other stakeholders. The Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs, Ibrahim Waya, in a statement made available to journalists, says government will not compromise safety of itself and citizens. The statement adds that measures are aimed at protecting lives while preserving Kano's cultural heritage. All right, before the news break tonight, the Oyo State Police Command has rearrested a suspected kidnapper, Ayomide Karim, age 25, who escaped from police custody on March 10, 2026. He was caught on March 17, 2026, during a routine patrol in Ojongbodu, Oyo. Karim was involved in a kidnapping case and had sparked community protests after his initial escape. The police have launched a disciplinary process against the officers involved, including the divisional police officer. The Commissioner of Police, CP Femi Haruna, commended the efforts of the operatives and assured the public of the commitment to safety and security. The suspect is assisting with investigations. You are listening to Metro News on RayPower 100.5 FM. More stories after the break. Stay. Sincere thanks for staying with us. Now we'll bring you the rest of the news. A Chinese man and his Kenyan associate have been charged with illegally dealing in wildlife species after they were caught trying to smuggle more than 2,000 live green garden ants out of Kenya. Zhang Quinn was arrested at the international airport in the capital Nairobi last week after authorities discovered the large consignment of ants in his luggage, each of them either stashed in a test tube or wrapped in tissue. On Tuesday, a court in Nairobi heard that Zhang bought the ants from Charles Mwangi at 10,000 Kenyan shillings for every 100 of them. Kenyan authorities have been warning about a growing demand for garden ants in Europe and Asia, where collectors keep them as pets. And Israel says Iran's intelligence minister Ismail Khatib has been killed in an overnight strike. It comes after Iran's top security official Ali Larijani was also killed yesterday. Iran has not yet commented on Khatib. Meanwhile, Israel has launched a series of strikes on Lebanon's capital Beirut as it continues its offensive against Hezbollah. Retaliatory strikes by Iran and its allied militia groups continue across the Middle East. In Israel, 2 people are killed in Tel Aviv with blast and drone interceptions reported in Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. And now, a business update. Disclosed in an official invitation to tender issued by the Apex Bank on behalf of the Debt Management Office. According to the notice, the auction will follow the Dutch auction system, allowing yields to be determined by investor demand and prevailing liquidity conditions. The latest auction underscores the government's continued reliance on domestic debt markets amid fiscal pressures. Meanwhile, the federal government has unveiled a 746 million euros financing agreement with the The federal government has unveiled a 746 million financing pounds agreement with the United Kingdom to modernize Nigeria's seaport infrastructure. This was disclosed in a statement by the special advisor to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Bolaji Akinola. The investment targets major upgrades at the Apapa and Tinkan Island ports in Lagos.
This is Entertainment News on RayPower 100.5 FM.
Funke Akindele's blockbuster film, which broke box office records in West Africa, will premiere on Netflix on April 3. This follows a successful theatrical run that grossed over 2.7 billion naira, making it the highest-grossing Nollywood film of all time. The film's streaming debut marks Akindele's return to Netflix since Omogeto, the saga, highlighting her consistent cinema-first approach and record-breaking annual December releases. Still on entertainment, Emmy Award winner and actress Zendaya has reacted to a viral fake wedding photos of herself and actor Tom Holland circulating online. The images, which began trending on Instagram in mid-February, quickly gained massive attention, amassing over 1 million likes within an hour, sparking widespread reactions with many fans questioning their authenticity. Reacting to the photos during an interview, Zendaya clarified that the photos were AI-generated and not real. noting that a surprising number of people were convinced the images were genuine.
RayPower Sport.
Super Eagles head coach RayPower has made a bold statement ahead of Nigeria's upcoming international friendlies, dropping several high-profile names, including Victor Osimhen and first-choice goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali from his latest squad. In a statement issued today, the Nigeria Football Federation confirmed that the coach has selected a 23-man squad for the two matches, retaining a strong core of experienced internationals while introducing fresh faces into the team. Team captain Wilfred Ndidi returns to anchor the side, alongside midfield regular Alex Iwobi and former African Footballer of the Year Ademola Lookman, who is expected to lead the attack in the absence of Osimhen. Meanwhile, 5 members of Iran's national women's football team who dropped their bids for Australian asylum have returned to the country with the rest of the squad. The team were pictured in their tracksuits as they crossed into Iran from Turkey today in the afternoon, having flown back via Malaysia and Oman. A number of the players had initially sought humanitarian visas to stay in Australia after concerns they would face repercussions for staying silent during Iran's national anthem at their opening Asian Cup match.
RayPower Weather.
Before we round out the news, we'll bring you the weather updates. Isolated thunderstorms accompanied by moderate rains are expected over parts of Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Benue Plateau, and the Federal Capital Territory later in the day. Now we'll bring you the last line. According to an African proverb, no matter how sharp your teeth are, you can't bite water. This means every problem comes with its own solution. Take time to understand the nature of the situation before taking action. And that's it for the Metro News as produced by Kedonojo Okuliko. I am Ehi Ankili Ocheme. You can listen to us online on Radio Garden, online radio box, tunein.com, and watch us live on YouTube at RayPower 100.5 FM Abuja. Join us at 6 p.m. for our next bulletin, Nigeria Today, for news across the nation. Good evening.
Providing 360 degrees of information and entertainment. Reloaded for today's Niger.
RayPower.